Hey, my name's Jackie. Today I'm trying out the Osmio Infinity machine to see how it helps with my fatigue symptoms, which I've had for about 18 months. So it's like a slow onset that's just gradually got worse over time. I've gone from being like a big swimmer, outdoor swimmer, hiker, generally quite fit and quite active, to getting tired from walking. I have just overall got much less energy than I used to, and have to be quite careful and prioritise tasks that I do to manage my energy levels. So things like ordinary daily tasks like cleaning the house is now quite a struggle. Standing up for long periods of time, like in the kitchen, can make me tired. Climbing the stairs makes me really tired, makes me very dizzy. My heart beats quite erratically. So I can just do a lot less than I used to be able to, which has had a big impact on my lifestyle. And with it, my quality of life as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what difference the Osmio makes, and I'll feed back. Hey, my name's Jackie. This is my follow-up video, having used the Osmio Infinity machine for a couple of days, probably about maybe 12 hours over 2 days I used it. And I wanted to feed back about my experience and share how differently I feel, which is, really different, really a lot better in lots of different ways, many of which I might have anticipated, but also other ways that I really wouldn't have anticipated, that I would feel so much better in. One of the first things I noticed was I've been waking up with headaches and nausea for about 6 months, waking up like pretty early, sort of around 5ish, and not able to get back to sleep, and those symptoms would linger until lunchtime. Sometimes they come back later in the day, and the morning after the first day that I used the Osmio, I didn't wake up with a headache, no nausea. It's been 3 days now and I haven't had a headache or nausea symptoms at all, which is massive, which means I've been sleeping longer and better as well, which is amazing. I'd got so used to waking up with headaches and just generally having headaches that I'd forgotten it was a symptom, really, so I really wasn't expecting. It was a really pleasant surprise to wake up without a headache and without feeling sick. So that's huge. In terms of my energy levels, I spent the whole day at the beach yesterday, and having camped the night before as well, so didn't sleep brilliantly. It was also quite windy and quite cold, which can be tiring in itself. But yeah, I spent the whole day there, and felt great. Didn't feel tired, didn't need breaks, didn't need to rest, didn't need to go home early. It was a really active day. We walked a lot, and yeah, I couldn't believe how good I felt, how much energy I had, and it just felt like a normal day. I also noticed that so for more than a year I haven't been able to drive late afternoon, evening, because I just get really too tired to be driving safely and comfortably. And over the last couple of days I drove at night without any issue at all, perfectly alert, comfortable, awake. Which is again something that I'd just got into the habit of not, only driving for short periods of time through the day and planning around that, knowing that those were my limitations. So it was just a really different experience, and it was really nice to have that normality back, I guess, and to notice another quite significant change that I really wouldn't have expected. So I'm generally feeling like I've got more energy, but more than that, I think I just don't feel, it's not like I have an energy spike, it's just that I don't feel tired and wired anymore like I did. And with that sort of tired, wired feeling, I would also feel quite anxious and ruminate a lot, and worry about the things that I hadn't done and I needed to do, and just generally being behind, and just generally being tired and not having caught up and rejuvenated. And that anxiety is just almost completely gone, which, yeah, I really wouldn't have expected. I think I just generally feel more regulated and more balanced, calmer, more at ease. Yeah, and I'm feeling a lot more motivated to do things. Like there's like an innate motivation and desire to do things with ease. And it hasn't been very long, but I have done a lot more than I ordinarily would without feeling tired. I mentioned on the other video that even just climbing the stairs would make me feel sort of fatigue in my body, and kind of dizzy, and like my heart would be really erratic, and that all of those symptoms have completely gone. I've also noticed a really big impact on my mood. So I think because of the contrast to how, like, with how much better I'm feeling, I can see how badly I was feeling and how bad my mood was. So I think I was just kind of like emotionally sort of blunted, and a bit stagnant, and maybe actually a bit depressed. And now I feel just a real shift, like that kind of depressiveness has just lifted, and I feel a lot more spacious, and sort of present and embodied, in a way that I hadn't realised I was missing, not to that extent. And I feel like my social engagement system's come back online. So I've just been much more sociable, and really enjoyed socialising over the past few days. And I think I'd started to think that my symptoms were actually just my personality, and my personality had like quite drastically changed, and I didn't really like socialising or doing very much anymore, and having felt